beautiful day. So today I wanted to share with you a little bit of like a tour of my art space and the art that I've created before. I get this video requested all the time and I'm slowly growing in confidence with my art to be able to share it with you all. And yeah, I love showing you all little pieces of my heart. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So this is basically my art space. I do live in a tiny little 2-bedroom apartment, so I don't have a lot of room to store everything. I basically keep all of my paintings either on my easel, just underneath over here, and then I have like brushes in a little pot of water and some other brushes and pencils and more canvases. It's kind of a mess. Oh well, it works for me. By the way, I am not a professional artist. I do this all for fun, although I am trying to develop my skills in order to be able to sell my art and to set up a shop. As you guys will be able to tell in a few minutes, my style has changed an awful lot since I first started painting. I think that it is incredibly important as an artist to develop your style and to try different styles and to work with different mediums to really explore that, because you don't know how much you're gonna love something until you try it. I started out doing like basically just parts of Perth that I love. So this is the first painting I ever did. It is of Hyde Park in the autumn. So I'll probably do like close-ups of each of these. It's like pretty much unfinished. I never really finished it, but I kind of did at the same time. This was like my happy place at the time, and I started this when I was 17. That's when I started painting, and I'm now 19. Shortly after that one, I did my second other happy place, and it is the Swan River at sunset. We got my little black swans here, and this is my city, Perth. Yeah, I really fell in love with doing scenes that were comfortable to me and places that held a lot of love. So that's what I did. Then I stopped painting for a while, and then I painted this one. And this painting is probably my favorite to this day because it is me embodied in a little square. This painting is meant to represent the connection, the celestial connections that I feel not only with Gaia, which is the earth goddess, but with the universe. Also very similar to this one that I did probably only a couple of weeks later. It's this tiny little postcard sized, oops, holding it upside down, this tiny little postcard sized sun and the moon, and if you can see, there's actually sparkles on it. So then after that, I had a big long break. I didn't paint for a very long time until I moved out, and then basically I was probably around 18 and I started painting these kind of things. So again, very celestial. This is what inspired me for a long time. This is called the Acid Lady, for obvious reasons. And yeah, we just got some like planets up here. There's a tree lady and she's growing a little sunflower. I love this one so much. At the same time, I also did this little sunflower. Pretty self-explanatory, but I do love painting sunflowers. They make me very happy. I also did this kind of celestial painting, which is very similar. We got a little earth lady down here, and we've got the moth and the butterfly. The moth and the butterfly come into a few different other paintings for me because they're very significant. They were my spirit guide for a long time, so I was very inspired by them. Then I started working with bigger canvases. So I started doing, if you guys have followed me for a while, you'll already know about this one. This is my little like healer lady. She is the healer. She has these moths up here and the snake, which is representative of rebirth. Purple is a very spiritual color, and moths are finding light through darkness and transformation. And this is a celestial lady. She's very similar to that first one that I fell in love with. She's got the same thing, but she's just a bigger version with a big old eye titty. So yeah, after that I started doing a lot more kind of scenery. I started doing more like this. I love the dancing trees, they make me so happy, but this one here is called Jupiter Rising. It's representative, very representative of me, how my divine femininity feels, because I'm a Sagittarius and I feel very connected to that. Oops, got a bit of fluff. And then this is a happy little dancing tree, and of course we got mountain titties here. I like to really show in my landscapes the connection that femininity and humankind has with nature. Similar kind of genre. I painted these ones probably around like 6 months ago, I'd say. Similar kind of genre. This one is another earth goddess who's sleeping with this beautiful scene with these trees here and this gorgeous purple and pink moon sunset. That's probably my favorite one out of my scenery. I absolutely adore that one. Then after that, I had another bit of a creative block. And every time I have a creative block, I come out with a new style of painting. And this is probably my most recent style of painting. So this is a scene I did after I came back from the Nullarbor. And this reminds me of how my nana used to paint. If you'd seen my last Paint With Me video, you will know this by now. I'm from this like tiny little town on the Murray River. That's where like my mum's side of the family's from. And I felt very connected with that when I went across the Nullarbor. So I painted this little scene here. And then I started doing my ladies. Well, that's unfinished. We'll forget about that one. I did my Spacey lady. She's the Amethyst Princess. She's got like little silver in her hair. She's very reflective. And then we've got my Sun Goddess lady. She's probably my favorite ever. I actually am in love with the Sun Goddess. These will definitely be on my Etsy as soon as I find out how the fuck to scan these. So after that big creative drought, I came up with those Silver Princess paintings, and I also did this little series. There's 2 Silver Princesses here. This was after my meditation retreat. I really fell in love with the night sky and also Silver Princesses. This one has a little bumblebee butt in it, which is so cute. And following on from that, I came up with this big boy. This is a few spirit guides of mine. So this painting for me, I really want to give you a big explanation on because it's so sacred and so important to me. This is about a time that I went through where it was really rough. I painted this during my period of depression, and I kind of symbolized it as like one spirit guide, which is wisdom and intellect. Actually preying on the moths, so I wasn't able to see light within the darkness. But because of that rough transitional period, I was able to actually uncover a lot of wisdom and a lot of strength within myself. We got a strawberry moon here because I painted this when it was a strawberry full moon. And this painting is so incredibly sacred for me. I will probably make prints of this, but I'm never gonna sell the original. Then after that, I had a massive long creative drought. And only within the past week, I've actually started creating new paintings, and that's these ones over here. So these paintings are incredibly special to me because it was my first sunny day back at the beach. This is my favorite beach in the whole of Perth, and I actually painted this only using materials that I found on the beach that day. So this is watercolor and acrylic, and I painted this using sea sponges, feathers, and bits of plastic. Nothing else, no brushes, no nothing, and my fingers as well. That's the first of a series. This is my favorite beach in the whole of Perth. Then I painted 2 more, and I've got 2 more ongoing at the moment. So this one here is South Beach at golden hour, and this one here is South Beach a little after golden hour with some seagulls. And these are $1 placemats from Good Sammy's. The other one is a $1 board of wood from Good Sammy's. And I really wanted to, these ones are also painted only with ocean materials, so only with coral, plastic feathers, and a crab claw I also used for that one. That's something that's very special to me because I wanted to bring a part of the ocean with me, and I wanted to share a message with this about plastic consumption and how we need to pick up our game, really, don't we? Yeah. As for now, that's a small sliver of all of the art that I've ever done. I hope you've all enjoyed this little tour of all my art pieces, and let me know if you love them. Let me know if you're excited for my Etsy store as much as I am. Yeah, I hope you all have an absolutely beautiful day, and thank you for sharing my heart with me today. It means a lot to me.